Day 270. Um, so I've been working on a few things lately. I actually got two consulting gigs to work on Excel or AI and other things with two different companies, and so that's it's been taking up some of my time working through that, as well as continuing to work on pad stats. Sean's I wouldn't say vacationing, but he's traveling throughout Pennsylvania right now and showing people our product, as well as doing other things for his investments and stuff. So that's been interesting. I've been working on the pipeline, just kind of getting it organized in my head and trying to figure it all out. We think we're going to buy a server soon to help manage all this stuff. And I'm currently in the process of turning my old MacBook into a server just to see how it goes and see what it's like. I still got to finish the website, but I think I've been kind of stuck because we don't have the images in the model anyways. So it's kind of like, I feel like I'm building towards something that I don't fully understand right now. But overall, life's good. I just, we had a long weekend in Coldwater. A lot of fun though, but so coming back to down to earth. I was telling my wife last night, because I'm trying to go to this thing in Miami, this conference that we got invited to for pad stats, and we're gonna get up on stage and pitch and everything, and it's like, on one hand, it's like so complicated to like leave town for like 3 days because of all the stuff going on, and obviously, like, Carol's job has got a bunch of stuff going on too, but it is cool. Like, it's cool to think about that. That's kind of where we're at. And I was explaining to her that, like, we're trying to skip the pre-seed stage. Like, a lot of people take investments already, and we're trying not to. We're trying to have investments at the seed stage, and so we're close. We just got to get some customers. I think that'll really launch us into full-on seed. I think if we can get like 20 to 30 paying customers, that'd be pretty cool, and that would really help us with our seed round. Get some professional people in here eventually, but yeah, I was just thinking about this. I thought I should take a moment. I mean, if anything, I guess we're in a lull right now, but I know we're going to start sprinting real soon to get ready for this conference and acquire some customers and get this pipeline working. Our scraper that Sean built it. I improved it. I should say I didn't build it, but I automated it. It's so funny. It ran for a month without erroring out. And this morning, as I was driving in, I got 3 errors, and it like freaked me out. And it turns out that the thing we're using actually crashed. Like, it wasn't our fault. It was like the service we're using's fault. So it crashed for like a couple minutes this morning, which is kind of funny. But all the errors got handled correctly and everything. So it's just funny, how it works. But yeah, if anything, it's just been fun playing with my kids lately. My son's my son's like almost 1.5, and he's just starting to get his personality and starting to, like, I don't know, talk back and respond. It's like an evolution. So like some months he'll do more and less, but I don't know. I'm starting to see glimmers of like who he is deep down, and it's just so cool to start to meet him and, I don't know, do whatever I can do to help him, I guess. But yeah, it's just I'm in the process of fixing up some parts of the house so we can either sell or rent it out. And I got, I'm pretty proud of myself. I got a couple like walls fixed. I got one room repainted. I tried fixing the floor today, and I massively screwed up, and I gotta fix it now. I tried staining some wood, and I overstained it, and I don't know if there's any coming back from that. So I don't know. We'll see if I gotta try again. I have to try again. I just don't know. I gotta do some research, like what I should even do. It is what it is. Stupid. But getting the house ready, one project at a time. I'm down to I think I have 3 or 4 projects left. Mostly ripping the carpets out and fixing the flooring is mostly what's left, which is hard, but we'll see if I can get it all done. I do have a back door. Someone's gotta help me fix it. But, I was talking to my wife last night that just, I don't know. It's gonna be weird. We, did spring ahead this past weekend with daylight savings, and so it's the sun's out later, and she's 5 months pregnant now, and so it's kind of, we're over the halfway mark, and life's gonna get more complicated pretty quickly. So I gotta I guess start preparing for that myself. But it was funny. One of my consulting gigs is from one of my old friends from Chrysler, and it's funny. You kind of just can pick stuff up right back with old people, and we started hanging out and talking. We always kind of talked about life and our investments and stuff, and I don't know. It was weird picking up that relationship after not speaking to him for 5 or 6 years, but super fun, it's just, I don't know. It was kind of like a time lapse, like a time warp. I went back in time to see my old friend and see what he's doing. And I don't think I'm being very coherent, but yeah, I think that's all I can say right now. I think the main thing is, I continue to see spots everywhere that I'm in charge of my future, and the amount of value I add is equal to the amount of things I own or have, or and I don't know what algorithm or whatever I fell into or something, but it seems like that is all that I see right now. And not right now, I guess it's continuously growing. It's all I see for the last 8 or 9 months. It's all I've seen as the laws of the universe, and I'm just gonna lean into it and keep trying my best and keep trying to add value to myself, to the world, to customers, and I think it's gonna take me pretty far. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna keep working. I'm just gonna keep grinding. I've been working on stuff pretty much every night, just because I don't know. I don't see anything. I don't see a better use of my time. I think it's just fun and interesting. And the one thing I have been doing, and this is a Jeff Bezosism, is replace pretty much every adjective in your vocabulary with fun. Because when you start to replace words like tedious, boring, hard, interesting, chaotic, we use all these words all day to describe what's happening and or how it's making us feel. And Jeff says the word fun all the time when he's talking about hard things. He goes, I'm having so much fun doing all of these things. And I think it's kind of a life hack, actually. I don't know if he does it on purpose. I have to start believing that if somebody has a way of handling something, it's on purpose, especially if they're a great person, that they've kind of created this life this way, and it, assume it's on purpose, not an accident. I mean, it could be an accident that they got to where they are based off that mentality and they accidentally fell into it, I guess. That's kind of like a weird chicken or the egg thing. But I think overall, if I say great people have great mantras and great habits and great tools to overcome problems, and assume that they made those things, they didn't accidentally wake up with them, that they purposefully acquired those skills, then it makes a lot of sense that Jeff Bezos says fun all the time. Things are great fun for him when he's encountering problems he doesn't know the answer to, or he's figuring out a very tedious or hard thing, and he's inventing a new way. And I've learned the life hack that if I started adopting that a little bit, but I started liking it. So I started saying fun more often, and I started saying it out loud more often too. And the more I say, like, I really enjoy doing this. It's so much fun for me to be in meetings like this, because like at the beginning, you're kind of dressing up what's happening and calling it fun when it's not fun. Maybe it's a little interesting, but you're calling it fun. And this goes back to my teenage years. I used to be so particular about being right, about being accurate, and I would hold on to the idea that I was this pragmatic realist, despite all feedback saying I was a downer and not helpful. So, and I've learned, obviously, like, optimistic people do better in life anyways. So adding all these things together, I've learned that if I could just replace whatever I'm feeling with the word fun, honestly, it makes everything better. It makes everything sound, feel, it skips a lot of steps where I go, am I liking this? Is this okay? Is this good enough? Like, I skip a lot of the self-questioning in my head when I just throw the word fun on it and move on. And I think there's something to it, that there's a life hack built in there that Jeff figured out, is that you just call everything fun and move on. And it's self-fulfilling. Things become fun the more you call them fun, And I'm sure there's a lot of things like that in life, but that's a very interesting one that I never really jumped onto. And so there's a lot of like tedious work things that, objectively are not fun. But if I say, these things are so fun for me, and I kind of like come in with that being my first statement, my first thought, the first thing out of my mouth, then it kind of like sets the tone that like I have to argue why it's not fun versus arguing why it is fun, And so I know I'm using the word fun a lot, but I just think there's a life hack in there that I'm learning, which is whatever's going on with you, if it's hard, label it fun and move on. And 9 times out of 10, you'll actually have a better attitude at the unknown, at inventing something, at figuring it out than you would otherwise. And thanks Jeff for teaching me that. I don't think he meant to teach me that, but I think there's something to be said about just trying to be like great people, or try to be in their shoes a little bit, and don't copy them. But I think if you try out some of their habits, I'm noticing that I learn more than I thought I would at just kind of trying them out. And there's more in there than it seems. There's more to why they're doing it than what it seems. Maybe not, but it feels like there is, because it seems like the more I try to copy great people in little ways, the more benefit I get out of life, and the happier I am, and the more I can accomplish, the more value I can add. So I'm happier and I'm adding more value. So, take that life hack if you can, take it somewhere. Call everything fun, move on. So yeah, working on my Excel spreadsheets at midnight on Friday night instead of, I don't know, something else. I was having a lot of fun doing it. And I'm looking forward to figuring out hard problems because they're so much fun to figure out. And learning out this ML pipeline is very tedious and hard, and honestly a totally different language for me. And I could call it hard and stupid and annoying, or I can call it fun. And I guess the fun part is I'll probably only do it once, and it'll probably only be hard once, and then it'll be a little bit less hard, and then it won't be hard at all. So the fun part is that something's hard, and it's on me to get over it or not. And yeah, so I need to have the fun mantra to get over it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So we got there. I found a life lesson to talk about today, despite not knowing what to start with. Okay, I gotta go. But I hope that helps you today. Day 270.